just watched Stranger Things. You either liked it, or loved it, or you hated it. There's no in between. But you want to see how other people feel about it. Yes, it's me, Brian, or Entertain Fox. Call me whatever you want, but just don't call me bad at reviewing stuff because I've never done this before, other than with Mortal Kombat characters. Anyways, now that I got that out of the way, you don't know how you feel about Stranger Things. This is the spoiler review, so you've been warned. Spoiler warning. So I'll give you 5 seconds to click off this video. Okay. Anyways, so you enjoyed it. Depends on how you felt about it. Whatever. So I really enjoyed it for one. We got to see 11. Like I think some people don't like the Russians, but I personally do. But like, you know, whatever. So episode 1 we see what was it? We see 11 and how like it looks like she did something really bad. Killed all those people. The rainbow thing. And then we get an overview of like how she's doing and how she's holding up since Mike moved and stuff in season 3. So, yeah, anyways, um that's good. We see the first one is like every villain arc. I got bullied as a child and now I want to get revenge. And then yeah, the second episode we see that's basically the entire first episode. We see like the relationship problems. Lucas is not with the gang anymore. And we get introduced to Eddie, the leader of the Hellfire Club, which I for one I knew he was gonna be a character, and I think he was done really well. And I'm not an 80s kid, but from what I've seen, people think it portrays the 80s well. So yeah, so that part of it was great, and I just loved Eddie. And then we find out that he's a drug dealer, and then we meet this girl, Chrissy Cunningham, and then we meet her. I'm starting to be like, oh, nice, this is a cool, well developed character. And then they kill her off at the end. And yeah, they call this creature Vecna, which is a Dungeons and Dragons character. So yeah, they call her Vecna. And Vecna is basically terrorizing the entire like town, county, whatever you want to call it, of Hawkins, city of Hawkins, whatever. And yeah, we get to see how like 11's been holding up, and I like that. Eddie, he's cool. But we also see how Lucas and the Max relationship, it's been on and off throughout the entire show, but now it's like they broke up, and it's like wow, I didn't see that coming. So yeah, and then yeah, that's basically the entirety of episode 1. And oh, I forgot, Steve and Robin's relationship. They're not together completely, but you know, there's there's something there. There's a spark. So with that, what happened was so basically, like Robin, she likes the girl Chrissy or whatever her name is. I forgot, but there's really a spark there, and she can't um she can't um she can't really say it because she will be afraid of what people think of her. Anyways, that's and Steve looks good as usual because he's Steve. Um, one of my favorite characters. Second episode. So you watched the second episode and you liked it or you hated it. But the second episode is basically where Mike to he's coming to what's it called? He went to California and now he's going back to Hawkins. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And Murray, he makes a surprising return with Joyce because Joyce saw a letter that said that Hopper was alive. We obviously know Hopper was alive, or if you don't know, well, in the teasers, you saw clips from Hopper being alive. It was supposed to be a big reveal, but Netflix couldn't help themselves except to spoil it before it even came out. So yeah, whatever. Anyways, the second episode, apart from the new stuff, this guy he tries to save Hopper. They Hopper bribed a guard to get him out of there. And Hopper and then they they find out by like taping the call and because they don't believe it yet, but they yeah, whatever. I know I'm talking a lot, but just listen. So episode 2, the big thing that happens is, what was it? Oh, she hits Will is feels like a third wheel, so he's not talking that much. Elle is lying to Mike, and Mike is like, Will, stop being such a brat. You're just jealous. You're this, you're that, whatever. And then next thing you know, Elle gets humiliated, and it's embarrassing for her. So yeah. She gets humiliated. She gets a chocolate cake shake thrown on her, and at the skating rink. So the lie was Mike was like, "Oh, let me meet your new friends, Angelina." And then Will tries saying, "Didn't she bully you? Didn't this happen? Didn't that happen?" And then Mike is like, "Stop trying to ruin our relationship." And then what happens is no one no one really how do I explain it? No one like no one really assesses the situation. So then Elle, she like goes and cries. Then when Angelina's about to walk out, she gets a roller skate and chucks it in her face, and that's like that satis. I know I shouldn't like make fun of someone getting hurt. That's like it's a satisfying moment. So yeah, and then that's basically it. And then we get more on like how like in episode 1 it was revealed that Jonathan was doing drugs. So then that and then Elle was um it was just ruining the relationship. So basically Elle was doing drugs. Not Elle. Jonathan met this new kid Argyle. I don't really like him, but Jonathan it's threatening his relationship basically. And he's doing drugs cuz he's so stressed out. And then like that's where I get excited because don't get mad at me, but I'm a Stancy fan. I'm not a Jancy fan. That means I like Steve and Nancy instead of John and Nancy. So yeah, um, we found out that Steve can't date Robin because, well, you know, season 3 problems. And yeah, basically that's it. And then episode 3 starts off with a bang. It goes back to the finale of season 3, and it reveals. Oh my god, I gotta sneeze. It reveals that Hopper. Oh, it's gone. It reveals that Hopper is actually alive, which yeah, we kind of knew, but then it reveals it like in a really cool manner. It reveals it where it shows it says Joyce didn't see a body. Murray says no because it disintegrated. Then that was the episode before. Um and yeah, it shows it's really cool in my opinion. It's just a whole really cool thing basically. And shows that Hopper is alive and he's in a Russian camp. And it and they have to go to Alaska and pay a guy 40 grand, so they get 40 grand and they pay Yuri, which Yuri, surprise surprise, he can't be trusted. So yeah. And then we see this hilarious fight scene where Murray is like it's funny because Murray's like he says he's a black belt. It's revealed in the first episode, and then he fights this guy, and yeah, and surprise, like I said, the guy's a bad guy. They crash the plane because they knock out Yuri, and yeah, that's that. And then they um Murray acts like Yuri and Yuri acts like Murray, and they basically sneak into the place, find Hopper, and Joyce is like really excited because Hopper's alive. So yeah. And then that's not episode 3. I'm kind of mixing and matching. It's not really in a specific order, but basically I'm just talking about the highlights. So the highlights are Fred dies at the trailer park. Eddie gets framed for murder, and what else was it? So Eddie gets framed for murder, and it's like a big surprise. Like, oh my god, Eddie wouldn't do it. And then they find out, and then Robin and Nancy loses Fred, but then a few episodes later, Robin and Nancy are like, we got to go talk to Victor Creel because it's similar to that case, according to Eddie's uncle. And yeah, we talked to him. It's a big surprise. He has no eyes, and he wasn't allowed to like join the his family. And yeah, and then it's a big thing. It's a big deal. We're like we find out Victor Creel's like story and all. And yeah, apparently his son died. Oh no, wait. Here's the big twist. So Elle, she loses her powers. She gets to when Elle loses her powers, she has to go find Dr. Brenner again, which is the worst bad guy, worse than the Demogorgon. So yeah, she has to find Dr. Brenner, and he's no good. So, yeah. Um, so she's like learning about her past memories, and the big twist is this guy, she's trying to help her, and I'm like, oh, snap, that's cool, cool. That's kind of cool, and yeah, like we find out about that, and then the number one, is like we find out he killed all those people instead of 11. So yeah, and then 11 got blamed for it, but she found out that like that guy was one. Victor Creel's son was number one. But before that, and that's like big thing, the upside down portal. Like she made an upside down portal and sent Minute in an eternity loop of upside down portals. And yeah, how many times am I gonna say upside down portal in this video? Count how many. And yeah, they get stuck in the upside down in the Watergate. Um Steve, Nancy, Eddie, and what happens is they get saved. So Robin and Eddie get saved. Then Nancy goes in this hallucination loop where like she can't get out. So yeah, and I know I probably missed a lot, but I didn't want to keep talking, keep you waiting. This video is already almost 15 minutes. Probably gonna be 20 minutes long. And it's just a good series all in all. Like there's nothing bad about it. There's nothing like I can't name any flaws other than killing characters off too early. Like I get it, they're throwaway characters. Like Patrick was a throwaway character, and I just thought it was funny that they thought Eddie had magical powers. So like yeah, Patrick, the basketball player, was a throwaway character, and yeah, all in all, great series. It's just like it sets it up for part two, which I think part two is gonna be really good. Like if you're some people like stopped watching because they thought the Russian stuff was like a bad like thing. It was just like horrible, awful. But I personally think it was great. It was a great show. And yeah, um so it sets it up. Nancy is now like possessed, which hello, Steve and Nancy's relationship. Steve and Nancy get stuck in the upside down together. Like Eddie is like the one saying like Nancy misses you. Nancy is in love with you. And then he said, I don't know what happened between you two, but that's a sign of true love. Whatever. So like the whole love story thing, it's cool. Like it threatens the Jancy fans, John and Nancy fans. It threatens them, and I think it's really gonna be a good show. All in all. And yeah, I can't wait for the finale, Volume 2 in July, to review that. And yeah, I I've almost forgot to mention the what was I gonna say? Oh my god, what was I gonna say? I had a lot to say. I have a lot to say. Anyways, so the whole relationship problems, they're good. So Lucas and Max's relationship, it's a work in progress. It's getting better, and like they had to play her favorite song to like get her out of the portal. I thought that part was a little cliche, like she escapes Vecna just by hearing "Running Up That Hill," um, by whoever artist. But I thought that was cliche. Like I think some of you might agree, some of you may be like extreme fans, and trying to defend it. But I thought I'm just being honest. Like that part was like a little. Hold on, that doesn't make any sense, you know. But I have no complaints other than that. Um, because the entire show is of a parallel universe, and they introduce Russians in season 3. So I think cliche is like way too far, of way far fetched. So all in all, there's a lot of callbacks like to the bike riding in season 1 and 2. The actors look much older than when they were like when they were like 10. So like it's like, oh my god, I remember when they were like 10 and 12, and when Billy was like the actor for Billy was like however old. But like it's cool because like that really kickstarted their careers. The Stranger Things. Like Mike was in the new Finn Wolfhard. He was in the new Ghostbusters movie. It wasn't a good movie, but he made a lot of money, so I'm not complaining about his career. Anyways, I was trying to say that part was a little cliche, and the whole and how Lucas has like more new friends, and how they're like dropping him and talking to his sister instead. I think that part's funny, and like the problem with what's the basketball players' names? I can't think of them right now. But all I remember was Patrick because he got killed off so early. I was actually like really like into it at that point, where like I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill Eddie. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. I remember they were swimming after Eddie, and then like they were like getting all this stuff from. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we're gonna give this a rating out of 10. So the rating is gonna be down here, down here, and yeah, it's a really great show, all in all. I really hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.